Hey guys, Serena here, or just Sere. Welcome back to my channel. Last week I recorded a very short video because I was not feeling great. I am feeling much better today, which is great. But I must admit, I still feel a bit mentally exhausted, and especially have been experiencing this very cluttered mind lately. On top of this YouTube project, work, and other things that are coming my way, I recently started to look for a new place to live in London. And when I have something like that on my mind, something quite big like that, it's very hard for me to focus on anything else. It feels like I have to solve this house search as soon as possible so that I can go back and give space to the other things I have to do. So I push quite a lot, and this causes a lot of stress and overwhelm. And it's not really that helpful in solving anything. But I'm sure I'm not the only one who has experienced that. When we have unfinished tasks, especially big ones, our minds tend to go in loop. It is like our brain tries to solve these tasks and refuses to let go until that happens. But the more we push, the more drained we feel until we are stuck in this cycle of stress and overwhelm. And this is actually a well-documented phenomenon in psychology. It's called the Garnick effect, and it describes how the brain tends to prioritize in the memory uncompleted tasks because they feel unresolved. There have been experiments showing that if you're performing a task and you've are interrupted suddenly, you will tend to remember the task much more compared to tasks that you were able to complete. So this is the process of the brain we're dealing with, and we are not alone, so don't despair. But I really wanted to try to find ways to help my mind going through this and trying to find some tricks around these processes of our mind. So today I want to share with you a few tricks that I have researched with the hope that they're going to help me and you, if you need, in uncluttering our minds. So the first tip is to shift the mind from having to finish the task to making steady progress. And another tip is to document and record any extra thought that clutters your mind. So for example, I will create a Google document where I can record notes that I think about during non-dedicated time slots. And this is because otherwise the brain will continue thinking about these thoughts because it interprets them as an enclosed loop. While noting things down will reassure the brain that there's a plan to pick things up and it will not feel like something that can be lost. And last but not least, because this house search is one big project among many other quite big projects that I set for myself, I need to make sure I have intentionally built recovery time in my day so that I can unplug and rest and regain energies to start all over the next day. So this is what I'm going to test out in the next few days, and hopefully it will help me going through all the things I have to do without feeling extremely overwhelmed by many different thoughts. If you're going through something similar, if you're feeling like your mind is super cluttered, maybe try some of these tips. They might help you decluttering your mind and going through the tasks you have to do in a productive but also non-draining way. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Ciao.